Alrighty, this is the long promised. We're gonna force Dredge Graveyard Synergies deck, and you know what? We're gonna do it now. I won't let the Tinker distract me. So for that deck, I actually do think the first pick still is Scalding Tarn, with a hope to get Kroxa back, because I don't think Dark Ritual is that great. I think Bloodbraid actually could be decent. Same with Lelia, but I'm gonna start with Scalding Tarn here, and I'll probably follow it up with Flooded Strand. Though Ignoble Hierarch actually might be better. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Ignoble Hierarch. And you're trying to combine cards like Basking Rootwalla, Bazaar of Baghdad, DredgeVine, Survival of the Fittest, Stitcher Supplier, all that stuff. All right, we'll take Ignoble Hierarch. And then, definitely want... we want Psychic Frog. It's splashable off Tarn. It's also a really good discard outlet. It's really strong, and maybe we even get Deathrite Shaman back, but certainly want Psychic Frog. And then Bloodghast, Blood Tithe, and Skull Clamp are all cards I'm interested in. Same with Stomping Ground. But I think I'm going to start with Skull Clamp because there's a lot of creatures that deck can play, like Satyr Wayfinder, Stitcher Supplier, Root Wallas, that are great with Clamp. Plus Bloodghast is good with Clamp, and I think it's going to come back. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7. I mean, there's 10 cards that are better than Bloodghast. It's just the worst card in every Vintage Cube pack, pretty much. Follow that up with probably Underground Sea so we can get this Psychic Frog going. Though, actually, no, Grist is probably too strong. Grist with Skull Clamp is just amazing. And Grist in general with graveyard stuff, any sort of creature-based deck, is just so happy to put Grist in their deck. So, all right, I kind of like where we're going here. Had I started on, Tinker into Flooded Strand or something, would be a very different deck, but we've got some pretty powerful engines. Like we've got Psychic Frog, Grist, and Skull Clamp are all pretty powerful rewards for playing a bunch of small, cheap creatures. And I think that this deck is going to be able to supply those. So hopefully we can kind of combine these cards for greater than and make them greater than the sum of their parts. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, we got some interesting decisions here. Springheart Nantuko is a pretty busted card. I'll make a bunch of Psychic Frogs or Ignobles. Go to Skull Clamp too. Yeah, I like Caustic Bronco, but I think Springheart... The dog is dredging in her chair. Jules, come on. That's not even your bed. That's my chair. All right, I'm going to take Springheart Nantuko over Caustic Bronco and Life Death. And then I'm going to follow it up. Oh, Detective's Phoenix. Detective's Phoenix is pretty good if you're discard or milling it. Detective's Phoenix. There's also Badlands, though. I think I am going to want red sources in this deck. There's also Duress, Bitter Triumph, Jetmir's Garden. I mean, there's even Stoneforge for Skull Clamp. But no, I'll take the Badlands. I feel like getting your mana right is more important. And now I think it's got to be Watery Grave for Scalding Tarn. I guess Tarn already gets Badlands. So it already gets red, black, blue. Because there is Once Upon a Time, which is pretty great with Psychic Frog, Grist. Yeah, let's take Once Upon a Time. BK is not wrong. That is a pretty busted card. So Kroxa did come back. So did Ketria Triumph. I think at this point I want the Ketria Triumph. And there's also Endurance, Sowing Myco Spawn. I mean, actually these colors seem very open. And now I'm going to take a Blooming Marsh. And Deathrite Shaman is actually going to be nice in this deck too. I'll not only have fetch lands, but probably ways to discard lands. All right. And it's a cheap creature. Bloodghast came back. So did Titania. You know what? I'm going to take the Bloodghast. I'm, like I said, committed to the bit. And here I'll take Mind Collapse. I could side that in. I think I'm more likely to play that than Sculler. Oh, Caustic Bronco came back. All right, so going into Pack 2, we're a green-black deck that's got a Psychic Frog and a Badlands and a Ketria Triumph. So a little bit of blue, a little bit of red. Skull Clamp, Once Upon a Time, and a lot of pretty good low-curve green-black stuff. So I kind of like where we're going here. Oh, and a free Detective's Phoenix. I mean, part of the reason to be in this deck, and we'll snag a Mox Ruby, nothing wrong with that. Part of the reason to be in this deck is a lot of the cards you want, no one else does. So, yeah, I'm really happy I took Badlands over Detective's Phoenix and got to wheel it. Take Mox Ruby now. Birds probably won't come back. Emperor of Bones might. Sometimes Deep Cavern Bat wheels. And Sika's Chariot, always a possibility. And then now we've got 6. Whenever it attacks, you mill 3 cards and get a land back from those 3 cards, but also all your permanents have Retrace. Retrace Little Mox? Oh yeah, I'm taking 6 here. I'd be happy if Volcanic or Red and 6 came back. They can't deny me Renin 6 and 6, can they? But I think 6 is kind of perfect for this deck. Mill a little Bloodghast, get a land back, get to play Psychic Frog out of your graveyard. Like, it all sounds pretty great. All right, this pack has Lightning Bolt, Fury, Troll, Lotus Cobra. These are all pretty nice. I guess I'm not probably going to want Fury or Bolt here. Cobra with Skull Clamp is nice. It's nice with Tarn. Yeah, I think Cobra is just kind of solid for me overall. All right, I'm in for Lotus Cobra here. Follow up with Dismember, Oko, Satyr Wayfinder. Oh, an Anger, give all my creatures haste. I actually really like Satyr Wayfinder, but I'm going to take the Dismember here. I'm not going to take Oko. I feel like I'd rather have a 1-mana removal spell. And then, oh, Malevolent Rumble's kind of perfect for this deck. There's also Fatal Push, Delighted Halfling, Scarlet, Concealing Curtains. A lot of good cards, but getting basically an Impulse plus a Lotus Petal, getting to mill 4 cards, put them in your graveyard is pretty nice. I think Malevolent Rumble is actually really good for what I'm trying to do here. And then here, no, we're not entombing. We are definitely playing White of the Reliquary, right? White of the Reliquary Bloodghast, incredible. White of the Reliquary Springheart, great. Even with Malevolent Rumble, it's good. All right. I'm feeling like this is actually coming together. See, that's the thing. Is if this goes well, then I have to kind of respect the Dredge deck. But you know, it's kind of a win-win. I'm happy if I do well, but I'm also happy if I get to make fun of it a little bit, just a little bit. Well, part of it though is if you look at the cube, the last 5 cards in almost every pack are like the same cards or a lot of the similar cards. Like, just no one ever takes cards like Bloodghast. So I wanted to see what happens if, well, you did take them all. Here, there's Commercial District, Night's Whisper, Faithless Looting, Scrapwork Mutt. These are all quite viable. I'm thinking Commercial District. Getting a Surveil land is great. It's good to get with White of the Reliquary. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I unfortunately will probably get Rite of Flame last. Sad because it would have been nice to get one of those, but it's okay. I think Commercial District is going to be really good here. All right, and here, so there's Restless Vents, but I don't like these lands very much. The creature lands that aren't great are not my favorite. There's Arboreal Grazer, which is not a 0 with some of this stuff. Sack it to White of the Reliquary, all that. Arena of Glory is kind of cool, but I don't think that's what I want, though it is nice with 6. Chandra is nice, but I think I might just Thespian Stage. If we get Dark Depths and have White of the Reliquary, that could be kind of nice. I don't think we were going to support Uro. So I think we want Thespian Stage. It's close. Oh, Birds came back. So did Emperor Bones and K-Command and Shifting Woodland and Sylvan Library. A lot of cards I'd play, but I'm definitely just going to take the Birds. Okay. Yeah, I like where we're at. This deck is doing some good stuff. We need another heavy hitter. I mean, I guess that could have been the Uro. I just think shoehorning Uro in here would have been rough. Ooh, Red and 6 came back. Yeah, I like Red and 6. I don't have enough fetches yet to make it great, but it's pretty nice with self-mill. Makes this Mind Collapse a little better too. And like I've got Grist and 6, and even just discarding a land, a Psychic Frog and getting it back is not nothing. White of the Reliquary can go get a fetch land. Like, there's some cool stuff going on. And I think the combination of all these could be nice. So now I think I just take the Troll. Troll is just kind of a nice way to go get one of these lands. Plus, every now and then I might get a chance to like reanimate it. I could even cast it out of the graveyard because of 6. Wayfinder came back. It's perfect. Sorry, Anger. It's not what we want. And we're getting all these cards together. So don't need the Lush Portico. Have our Surveil land already. I think got to be Concealing Curtains, just because this deck really, really wants to bias towards permanence. I told you Red of Flame was last. It just has cards like 6 that really give it a lot more oomph if you can do that. And look, now there's an Animate Dead. Oh, we'll wheel Hogak. This is the Hogak deck. Yeah, definitely. Definitely slamming Animate Dead. It's so good with 6. You just cast it out of your graveyard. It's good with that Troll, like I mentioned. We'll take Animate, and if Hogak doesn't wheel, I'm going to be so mad. Though there are other cards we might want in this pack, but certainly Animate's a big part of it. So I don't think we want Archon, even though we have it. Okay, well, my fire alarm went off, though I don't know why. We looked and couldn't see anything. I selected Prismatic Vista. I think that with Red and 6 and being 3 colors, I'd rather have that. And now it's Atroxa versus Voidwalker versus Underground Mortuary. There's also Basking Root Wall and stuff there. I think I'm going to take a Troxa. If I pick up one more Animate, look, ooh, like Recurring Nightmare. I am in. Oh, and Recurring Nightmare, you can cast off 6. You can pick it up off Malevolent Rumble. Perfect. All right, slam that. And then now there's Polluted Delta. All these Root Walls there. I don't know if the Root Walls are going to make it, but I still think this deck is looking sweet. Polluted Delta looks pretty nice here too. And, oh, Nethergoyf? You do get to escape this, and it has a lot of self-mill. Yeah, Nethergoyf does actually seem like the card. I don't think I want Bonnie Paul. There's also Eternal Witness, which is pretty nice with Recurring Nightmare. Oh, yeah, that's actually going to be too hard to pass up, so I'll take Eternal Witness. Oh, now Crabomination and Barrowgoyf. There's also, Vengevine, but I think the Crab is going to be way too strong with Recurring Nightmare. And then here, there's Life from the Loam and Territorial Kavu. This could definitely be a Loam deck, though. I think once you have Renin 6 and 6, I'm probably not looking for too much more of that. I don't want Vindicate. I don't think I can justify Leyline Binding here, because pack 3, I'm not going to get any other lands. Is Territorial Kavu going to make it? It'd be a 4/4 a lot of the time. Let's just take the Loam. I don't know. Hogak did a wheel, and I am interested in Hogak. All right, so I need to cut some cards here, don't I? Not tons. I can probably start by cutting Concealing Curtains. I think the Detective's Phoenix could actually be pretty sick still. Bloodghast. I'm looking at that Bloodghast like, So how many lands is this right now? This is 14, 15, 16 lands? Oh, this is not doing too bad. With Once Upon a Time, I probably should still cut another card, but I kind of want to play the Bloodghast. It feels like this is the deck for it. Oh, Master of Death. Oh wait, there is the Dark Depths. I just missed it earlier. Yeah, let's take Depths. I think that's a nice one to have access to with Thespian Stage, and then maybe Life from the Loam gets in. But now I need to cut even more cards. Could be the Caustic Bronco. I have some pretty expensive cards. Could also be Deathrite Shaman. I do have 3 fetches, but I kind of want to get them back with Loam and Renin 6 anyway. And then now we're at 15, 16, 17 lands, but Dark Depths really makes it 16 lands. Yeah. All right. I like where we're at here. Let's see what else we can get. All right. So here there is Basking Root Wall, but I'm not actually doing the discard stuff. I'm going to definitely take the Underground Mortuary. That's a nice pickup. And then here, I'll take Collective Brutality and I'll probably side it in. This doesn't look like a deck that's going to want to main deck that. Goyf and Rootwalla and Generous Ent. It's got to be Generous Ent. Generous Ent is really nice here. Oh, another Goyf came back. So did Vengevine. See, I'm telling you, these are all the same cards. I don't think I can justify Vengevine. This is just not the Bazaar deck here. All right, let's take a look at deck building. So I sorted out all the lands plus mocks and trolls that are basically lands, but I'm leaving the depths in here because it's actually a spell. I think I do want to play like 17, so basically 14 lands plus Ruby, Ent, and Troll, again, not counting depths. Though, I guess I could go one lower with Malevolent Rumble and Once Upon a Time and 2 Dorks. So that means I need to cut 2 cards. I'm starting to think this Detective's Phoenix is dubious, but maybe not. Honestly, Life from the Loam is... If I don't have Life from the Loam, I don't think I can play the Thespian Stage thing. I think I'm actually just going to cut Life from the Loam, Dark Depths, and then that also makes it so I don't have to play Thespian Stage. As unfortunate as it is, I do think there's enough going on. Oh, and Vengevine can get cut too. So then I can actually just play... Yeah, an additional land, which is kind of what I wanted anyway. All right, yeah, let's do that. Let's put all these lands in. Put these trolls and moxes and whatnot in. Let's combine these. Let's sort by color. I mean, we're black-green with 1 blue card and 2 red cards, basically. And we have Prismatic Vista, but I don't think we want Island. Let's see. For blue, I mean, maybe we do. Do we have... None of the other things are basic land fetchers. Yeah, no, we should probably just play No planes for sure. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I play a mountain, I'll have 8 red. But if I don't play a mountain, no, I'm going to want a Prismatic Vista into Ren and 6 a decent amount. And then blue, I'll have 1, 2, 3. No, I kind of need the blue as well. 2, 2, 1, 1. Sounds perfect to me. Let's do it. All right, we are on the draw. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. This hand's a little slow. I have a 2-drop on the draw, but I guess I'm cycling on turn 1. And then I've got the Springheart and Antuco ready to go. I could cycle Troll to get like Badlands. I could cycle Generous Hand. I don't know. I guess we'll see what we're up against. Turn 1 Mana Vault. That's going to be a little tough, but we'll see if we can do some good stuff here. I guess my instinct is to just cycle the Generous End. I mean, if I do end up reanimating, it's better to reanimate the Troll. Oh, is this like a Tinker or something? Oh, Trinket Mage. Probably getting like a Mox or a Soul Ring, if I had to guess. What do they get? Manifold Key. Oh, that's like getting a Soul Ring. It can untap their Mana Vault. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's just cycle the Ent. Probably just get a basic Forest here. And I can cycle Troll maybe to Underground Mortuary at some point. This is going to be pretty tough, given how much mana they have. Oh, Bloodghast. All right, let's just play the Cobra. We save the fetch for post-Cobra, and then hopefully next turn we can do some good stuff. Opponent, of course, untaps their Mana Vault end of turn. So right now they have access to 7 mana, having not even played a land. Okay. Next turn, I could bestow Springheart, play a fetch, those trigger, and stack them so that, yeah, and then crack the other fetch, make a copy of a Lotus Cobra right away. And then from then on, when I play a land, I get 2 mana, and then I copy again. Okay. Yeah, this looks like that could be kind of nice. Obviously, it's going to depend a lot more on what my opponent does here, but that does sound kind of cool. Broadside Bombardiers. Well, I guess that's probably not in my future, is my guess. I'll block the Trinket Mage because they can just throw the Trinket Mage at the Cobra anyway, and it's the worst of their permanents. So, oh, and they have more. Chart a Course, play their land, and more. And a Ballista for 1. Yikes. Okay, Dismember's good. Dismember actually is really good. So let's go land, Wayfinder. Oh, I guess I didn't even need to play the land first, but I'm going to slam a Wayfinder here. Mill 4. Get back Tarn. Oh, there's a Hogak in the graveyard. Okay. So let me find my getaway graveyard here. It escaped. All right, here we go. Let's pass. I guess I'm going to kill their Bombardier as soon as they sack a land here. I just kind of have to do that. No reason to let them untap and have mana up. If they have days, they have days. All right. They did not daze me. They're going to go get another island probably. Next turn, I could block the Ballista, but they could pump it. I don't think I want to block it given that I've got a Hogak that I would like to get into play at some point. Though it's going to be a little tricky. I might have to just play Springheart. Oh, actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bestow Springheart onto the Satyr Wayfinder. And now they can kill it in response if they want. But I think... Okay, they did not. So let's go Vista. I mean, this is actually looking kind of nice. I'm not going to pay because I actually just want to make tokens. Let's get a mountain here. I mean, this is this is kind of working. So now I go Hogak. I can't pay mana for it, but I can exile these. See if this resolves. And if it does, no! No, Smirking Spelljacker. I was going to Detectives Phoenix the Hogak and crack them for 10. I guess I'm not doing that anymore. And now they get to attack and cast a Hogak. I did all this work. Okay. Let's see what they've got, I guess. Well, they can untap their thing. And I milled the Hogak and everything. Well, I do have a crab still in the graveyard. I was going to exile it to the plate to collect evidence for the Phoenix, but I guess that's not happening. And maybe if I draw a Recurring Nightmare, I could get some good stuff going. Sure, Relic of Sauron. Send and cast my Hogak. All right. I go to 9. Oh. No, they're pumping their Ballista. They go to 8. Okay, so if I draw Recurring Nightmare and I go Recurring Nightmare, get back Crab, and hit like the perfect card. I mean, or just Animate Dead. Anything that can get the Crab. Oh, they're just going to kill my Satyr Wayfinder. Sure. Makes sense. All right. Draw. Red and 6. No, I am basically dead here. Yeah, I mean, they can just make a Hogak unblockable if they want. Okay. This doesn't make me want Dark Depths or Stage. Do I want Mind Collapse, Collective Brutality? No, not so much. Let's get in there. All right, I would like to play first. Yeah, this hand looks perfect. Turn 1 Birds, turn 2 Nethergoyf plus Malevolent Rumble, or Troll, who knows, into Recurring Nightmare, a really fast Recurring Nightmare. Okay. All right, ship the turn here and hope they don't have a Mana Vault Manifold Key start again. That was tough. They got to spend a lot more mana than me this game. Oh no, they just have a Mana Crypt instead. Okay. Well, they didn't have any of the fast mana I mentioned. It's just 2 other pieces of busted fast mana instead. Okay, 6 is also pretty nice. I actually have a kind of a lot I can do here. I think I am going to Rumble. I really want to mill Atrox or Crabomination here. Okay, and then I'll just put Island into my hand. Yeah, that sounds... No, I should just put Prismatic Vista in hand, I think. No, I should get Island, just in case we end up wanting to cast Frog, and then I cast a Nethergoyf here as a 3/4, and then next turn I can Recurring Nightmare and get back Atroxa. Yeah, not half bad. All right, ship the turn, and I mean, I had a pretty good turn 2, but their turn 1 was really nice, so it's going to be hard to imagine things are going to go great for me here. I guess we'll find out. They lost the flip. It's a start. They get to have only 7 mana without even having a land drop. I've got another Nethergoyf, but obviously I'm threatening to get this Atroxa into play, so they do kind of have to respect that. Soul Guide Lantern. Well, there goes that plan. All right. Fair enough. It also shrinks my Nethergoyf, which I'm not in love with, because that was part of how you want to try to punish Mana Crypt is just by attacking them and getting some damage in. All right. Memory Jar. Okay, let's go Ignoble Hierarch. Land. Cast 6, because that can threaten to do some stuff too. And I could sack the Eldrazi spawn to cycle the troll, but I don't really think I need to do that. It gets 1 point of damage extra with Nethergoyf, but that seems unnecessary. And they're going to go ahead and take their Mana Crypt flip. They're going to get to Memory Jar this turn. So, no, they lost the... No, they won the flip, dang. So, that is something. But We'll see what else they can come up with. Oh my god, a hole breacher. Okay. I guess I'll let them have their fun. They crack jar. I don't have a way to kill it. They get 7 new cards and a bunch of mana. And they are ready to roll here. Let's see. All right. What do they have? They're spending a bunch of mana. Displacer Kitten. Okay. Into soul. They have a Soul Ring, a Mana Crypt, and a Mana Vault to go with all their stuff. Okay. And then now they're down to just 4 cards. That's all. It's okay. If I get my turn, I'm still not actually going to kill them or anything. Maybe they don't have any gas. All right. That's it. Chart a course. You know what? I've had enough. I don't need to watch them do more of this. All right. Well, that's round 1. Dredge 0, busted stuff 1. All right. Time for round 2. Let's do it. Unfortunately, I have to mulligan a kind of nice little like troll animate dead hand, but basically a 1-lander. Oh, but this is a nice little comeback. What am I putting back? I can see an argument for any of these things. It honestly might be just the frog here because I want to get Skull Clamp White of the Reliquary going. And I certainly don't want to put back Once Upon a Time because I would like it to find an untapped green and then turn 2 so I can play turn 1 Ignoble. All right, Overgrown Tomb. That's more my speed. Let's just not draw Bloodghast. Oh, Mox Ruby, not bad either. So Once Upon a Time, hit the forest, Ignoble. Though I actually could see an argument here for getting Troll. Troll doesn't get untapped green in this because you could turn on Cycle Troll. I think getting the Noble out is good. Double Bayou, look at you. Oh, now I kind of wish I get the Troll. It's okay. Lotus Cobra, Mox, Skull Clamp, play Triome, add a black, and I think I'm just going to Skull Clamp the Hierarch here. Draw 2 cards. Oh yeah, next turn I can get a bunch of mana. I guess the Frog would have been nice. Honestly, anything's nice against an opponent who just doesn't do anything the first couple turns. They got Liliana the Veil. Let's see if they can present an answer to this Skull Clamp. The Skull Clamp's going to go pretty hard here. Yeah, they unfortunately did kill it. All right, well, I got my 2 cards out of the deal. Let's see if we can find something, a mill card. Yeah, well, I got White of the Reliquary, so let's see. I could play the white off of this. I could play Tarn, but I don't think that can get untapped black. But that's actually fine, because I'm just going to get 1 black mana. Cast White of the Reliquary. Crack Tarn. Get my commercial district. All right, get another black. All right, time to blind Militroxa. Let's go. Let's go. Satyr Wayfinder. Oh, okay. Satyr Wayfinder's kind of interesting with a Recurring Nightmare. And let's pass. Maybe I should have just left Wayfinder on top, honestly. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, given that I have a Recurring Nightmare, I kind of don't need to do that. Let's see if I can... I mean, this Bloodghast, if this White of the Reliquary survives, this Bloodghast is going to start generating some serious value. Okay. Oh, Metamorph. No, my Recurring Nightmare. Usually it's like a little safer to keep it in the graveyard or in play instead of your hand against a black deck. But against a green deck, it goes the other way. But they'd already played a 1 removal spell. It's okay. I kind of still feel like I'm doing fine here. Oh, I'm doing extremely good. Okay. So I can't play 6 and immediately get something back. Well, I could if I wanted to get Skull Clamp back. But then I'd have to sack the white. Let's just hope to hit a land off 6 next turn, because I think it's so much better for my resources to go Bloodghast, 6. I mean, this deck's in full swing now. I really like what's going on. Oh, hold on. Turn off auto yields, because I get to attack with this. It has vigilance, and if they block, I can sack and make it a 5/5. They did have to double block there. All right, pass the turn. And end of turn, I'm going to sack Bloodghast to get Underground Mortuary, mill or surveil 1, get Bloodghast back immediately. Any land lets me recast Recurring Nightmare off 6. Like, this is pretty sweet. Let's see. Sack Bloodghast, Underground Mortuary. These all trigger, funnily enough. All right. Surveil. Definitely Graveyard Psychic Frog. Bloodghast comes back. It feels like they're going to kill the 6 here, but even if they do, this Bloodghast White of the Reliquary thing is pretty nice, and feels like I'm making some forward movement here. All right, any land now turns into... Let's cast Skull Clamp, discarding a land. All right, I mean, let's Skull Clamp the Bloodghast to start out with. I mean, this engine is really popping. Okay, I drew the 2 most expensive cards, but that's actually fine. Attack with these 2. Mill, and maybe this means I'll hit a land now. Yep, I got a Polluted Delta back. Okay. And they can double block the 6 if they want. No, they have a spell. Oh, Endurance. Well, I'm glad I played the Skull Clamp before, because that's not too bad. So let's see. I kind of want this Cobra. Otherwise, I would sack to get Bloodghast back. Maybe I should have just sacked 6, because they're just going to block it down. Yeah, no, I should have done that. Sack 6 to get a land to bring Bloodghast back into play. Oh, the White of the Reliquary is small now, right? There's that also. Endurance was pretty good here, actually. I'll just trade off. This is fine. I mean, I think I'm still doing just fine here, because I get to go Delta, crack Delta. I still have a Swamp to get. Or an Island. Actually, Island is better here. Black. And we're just gonna play the Crabomination. And if we hit Metamorph out of their graveyard, we can go back for round 2. Crab number 2, let's go. All right, Crabomination, Nissa, Prismatic Omen, or Wasteland. All right, well, obviously you just play Nissa. Untap. I mean, I guess that's kind of random. And then tap this for mana and Skull Clamp the Crab. Just in case something happens to Sir Crabbington here. And now any land I get to just cast Atraxa. Non-lands are good too. And also they're facing down a Crabomination and a Nissa here. Like, they're not winning. All right. Against the black-green all 3 drops deck. Yeah. The engine's good. Maybe if this deck had a little more hand disruption, Deep Cavern Bat would have been really good in this deck. Basically, any sort of spell you can put on a creature is exactly what this kind of deck wants, and you can really get a lot of mileage from that. All right, let's draw. Oh, there we go. Land. Wait, does this even have any targets? I don't know if it does. Oh, it does. Nice. Let's go white. And then the rest doesn't matter. Green. Black, blue, get extra green out of that. 1, 2. Atraxa, the Grand Unifier. They didn't even want to look at my top 10 cards? All right, do I want Depth Stage against green-black kill your stuff? I might. I like all the stuff in the deck right now. Endurance is one I got to watch out for. But that was fun. We got to go do some good stuff. I mean, Skull Clamp Bloodghast is no joke, and neither is White of the Reliquary Bloodghast. Hogok, Detective Phoenix. These are some cool cards doing stuff. All right, time for game 2. Look at this. Turn 1, Nethergoyf. Turn 2, just clamp it up. I'll keep this hand. And we got Crab, Recurring Nightmare on deck here. Sylvan Safekeeper. That's not a card I care about too much. Ooh, I can cycle Generous Ent, but I kind of want to just clamp up the Nethergoyf. I could cycle Generous Ent and then turn 3 Recurring Nightmare the Nethergoyf, but I don't think that's quite as appealing. Well, they played a 3-3 here. That might be like a 4-3 next turn. And they got their Mox on board for good measure. Let's see what I draw. A Psychic Frog? Oh, I just drew the Underground Mortuary. Huh. Yeah, let's cycle this. I think I'll get Commercial District. I think just the cycling lands or surveil lands are really good. And then I guess I will even just play the Commercial District. Oh, look at this. Detective Phoenix right into the graveyard. And now Nethergoyf, a massive 2-3. Next turn I can Nightmare back a 5-7 Ent. I guess that does mean I'm not clamping too soon, but we'll see what they do. So they're hitting me for just 3. Yeah, still seems better just to put the 5-7 into play is my guess. Wrenn 6, huh? And I guess I'll attack with the Nethergoyf. So I don't really think they're going to block. Okay. And I just need to survive until I can cast Crabomination. I feel like if I cast that card once, I'll probably be fine. All right, they didn't have a way to kill my Nethergoyf. So now, and there's like additional synergy going on here where at some point I could escape the Nethergoyf if I really needed to. Oh, they're just endurancing me now. Yeah, but they had to pitch a card to do that. That's not that bad. Okay, so they're down to 1 card in hand. They are going to whack me for 4 here. Really what I just need to draw is like any small creature. Any small creature would be fantastic. And I hope they don't put another thing into play right now. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll go Mortuary. Sure. I think Birds is probably better than not. And the Recurring Nightmare is not doing much for me, so I'm just going to play it here. If they have Rex Sage, then so be it. You know? I've got to spend my mana. Because next turn, it's going to be Birds plus maybe Clamp. Yeah, let's go Birds. Skull Clamp. Clamp the bird. Okay, they didn't kill it or anything. Satyr Wayfinder would be exactly what I'm looking for. But instead, I'm going to go Wrenn 6, and I'm going to ping the Sylvan Safekeeper here. They either have to sack a land or lose their 1-1. Okay, they lost the 1-1, which is good, because that actually means that now when they hit me for 3, assuming they don't play another land type, then I'm at 5 as opposed to being at 4 and them having 4 power in play. I'm at 5 versus them having 3 power in play. I mean, they also might have just attacked Wrenn 6, which I'm completely happy with. Okay, time to slam Crabomination and see where the chips fall. You can always get a card off the top of their deck, even if their graveyard, I mean, I guess Endurance would block that thing. And Sylvan Safekeeper, I guess, would keep the Crabomination safe, though. Presumably, they would just kill the crab in response to the Safekeeper. Okay, Eternal Witness. Well, it's not nothing, but crab time. Let's go. Bonnie Paul, Clear Cutter, Broadside Bombardiers, and Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay, I'm going to cast Bonnie Paul, Clear Cutter. I like the sound of that. And let's just pass. I think we kind of got to a good spot there. So they had Bonnie Paul in hand, I'm sure, and Broadside on top of their deck. Oh, Metamorph into Crab? No, they're getting Bonnie Paul. Well, I don't know that that's going to work that great for them. Fast Bond? Fast Bond is also not going to do too much. All right, because now I get to go... Let's see. Grist. Someone's unhappy. That's going to be my opponent in a second. Sack. Crabomination. Destroy Bunny Paul. Oh, I could have clamped it first. Here, we'll clamp Bow then. And then Recurring Nightmare. Sack Bow. Get the crab, draw 2 cards. I mean, I guess there's a lot of ways I could have done this. Let's Crabomination them. Any Metamorphs? No, but I hit Ulamog. Ulamog, let's get Bayou and Mountain. But no, I was going to do more. I was going to animate dead the Metamorph and copy the Crabomination again, and then equip Skull Clamp on Bonnie Paul. All right, let's get to round 3. Let's see if we could pull out the 2-1 here. All right, it's once again a no lander with a generous Ent and an animate dead. All right, and a rumble and everything. I'll mull. Well, this hand's great. I'll keep this and I'll put generous Ent back. Though I think I'm just gonna go. I mean, I guess if they hand disrupt me, I think I'm just gonna go turn 2 Frog. Just Ketria Triumph into Psychic Frog. I don't know. That seems pretty good. And then I can go. Wayfinder Recurring Nightmare is kind of my backup plan. Ooh, playing against red-black? I guess I do like that. Blood Tithe? All right. Let's slam the Frog. Ribbit. Oh, Detective's Phoenix. That's a nice one to discard. Pass the turn. Okay. I mean, look, when we're playing against red-black with some like removal spells and stuff, I don't mind that so much. Yeah, if it'll push, we'll do it. Next turn, I guess just play Satyr Wayfinder. Let's see, do I want to play a land first? Oh, I could play Grist. Yeah, it's pretty hard to resist getting some Planeswalker equity, especially since milling is pretty nice here too. And even if they kill my insect, which will require a card, they're going to Shieldred's Edict me. All right. Oh, Bitter Triumph. Sure. I was going to say, even if they killed my insect, they couldn't quite kill Grist with their attack. Milled a Commercial District. Oh, that would have been a nice one to pick up. I guess I'm just taking 3 more. I could turn... Oh, I was going to say I could turn this into a Psychic Frog, but they're going to take my Recurring Nightmare. That's fair. I'm going to play... Looks like I'm playing against red-black Scam and Modern. Grief, Blood Tithe, and a bunch of removal. Or I guess Pioneer. Well, I guess these 2 cards don't really go together, but whatever. My opponents played all cards that have seen a lot of play in Constructed recently. Okay. Let's see what I draw here. Because... I might just play Detective's Phoenix. I could cycle this Troll. Do I want to cycle the Troll? Maybe I don't. Maybe I just cast Detective's Phoenix and pass the turn. I kind of like that Detective's Phoenix, I can just block with it. That's pretty reasonable here. Okay. Yep, I'll take it. I don't really think chumping here does anything for me, so take it. I'll crack this and get a green, I guess. Don't want to cycle Troll yet. Let's cast Satyr Wayfinder first. See what we hit. Oh, I milled a Bloodghast and a Nethergoyf. Okay. So let's see if I can go Mountain, bring back Bloodghast, and I can go Nethergoyf. I need to exile 4 types, so Prismatic Vista is 1, Psychic Frog is 2, Grist is 3, and then I guess Recurring Nightmare is 4. Okay. And I'll play my Mox in case I want to cycle the Troll. I could also equip Detective's Phoenix, but I think what I'm going to do is if I draw a land, I will just cast the Troll and then Detective's Phoenix. They discarded Hogak. Okay, so they're doing some of the same stuff. They're 2 away from casting Hogak here. And we have land, creature. So in my graveyard, I have land, creature, enchantment. Soon this Nether Glyph is going to be really small, but for right now, it's doing its job. Also, if I just draw Animate Dead, I've got an Atrox in my graveyard. Though it won't be there for long. If I hit a land, I'm probably just going to haste up the Troll. Just attack for 8 plus Bloodghast and just put him on a 1-turn clock. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do some trading off. I don't know, I'm at 7. I can't really not. This doesn't... it adds more things to exile to Hogak, but it doesn't help that much. Are they going to bolt one of my things? Because they lose one of their creatures here, too. All right, that was a fine deal, I would say. Animate Dead. Oh, this is so much worse than drawing a land. Yeah, I mean, I'll just cast the Troll because I think I have to, but a land would have let me hit for 8 here. I'm at 7, they're at 17. If I hit for 5, they go to 12, and then next turn I haste that up. Yeah, that's probably good then. I don't think I have to worry about a 4 damage spell from them. I don't know, it seems... Obviously, if they go attack you down to 4, Mountain Fiery Confluence, I will lose, but... Oh, they're paying the life. Okay. Fury. Okay, that kills the Nether Glyph. And I can attack them for 8, but that's not lethal. Alright. Any Animate Deads? Animate Dead would win me the game right on the spot. I guess we'll start by casting Once Upon a Time. Hogak. They're at 10. Oh, I'm just short. This is brutal. Because I can cast Hogak, but I'm 1 short of then leaving enough to bestow Phoenix onto it. I guess I just cast it and then do nothing else. I mean, it seems better to cast Hogak. I can block Fury, I go to 1, and then Hogak presumably kills them. Bringing back Nether Glyph. I could attack them for 8 down, or for 6 down to 4. Oh, wait. I was too caught up on everything else. I just had the win. You know what? I got there eventually. Don't judge me. And hit for 10. Unblockable, in the air, Bloodghast, Detective's Phoenix. Woo! Well, in the Hogak mirror, at least one of these players playing Hogak will win this mirror. All right, up a game. And that was pretty good. That was kind of what we were trying to do, right? Like, they went Fatal Push, Bitter Triumph, Cut Down, like, kill all your stuff, Fury. And I just had, like, milling the Nether Glyph and getting it back was a lot of good value. I do think I want Dismember still. I want all this stuff. Yeah. I don't think I want Vengevine. I think the Deathrite Shaman is probably a good call to bring in. And maybe I can cut Red and 6 given that. No, Red and 6 is too good. Yeah, or not. I don't know. I was trying to figure out something to cut. Let's see. Oh, I'm definitely going to keep this hand. This hand's a turn 2 Atroxa if this Surveil's on point. Even if it's not, these 3 cards are just so good in this matchup that I'm happy to keep this hand. They're going to Inquisition me, but that's fine. Look, they can take one of these. The other one can bring back the other one, regardless of which direction it is. All right, any Mox Rubies or Satyr Wayfinders? Oh, there's Mox Ruby. Ketria Triumph Graveyard. I'm going to play the Ruby. They'll know I can play a 6 next turn, but getting my Ruby to rest would just be such a disaster. Tapped. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think waiting till 5 mana does anything, and there's nothing to animate anyway, so I'm just going to play a 6 here. Cross my fingers they don't have Bitter Triumph. They can't Fatal Push it without a fetch land or something, and they can't cut down it, so of the removal spells we've seen, it's just Bitter Triumph, Evoke Fury, or them finding Revolt in some way and getting me. This can unfortunately not get a... Oh, they had Flame Slash. Because Unholy Heat wouldn't have done it either. This can't get a Surveil land at this point. Okay, well... Dismember is not great, but if they don't have another piece of hand disruption, I'm just going to cast the Crab in 2 turns, and that's just going to be fantastic. Ooh, Evolved Sleeper. I'm just going to cast Dismember here. I don't think it really helps to wait. If I just draw a play that I want to make here. It's like one of the last lands Scalding Tarn can get. I guess I can get Island and Mountain still. I just didn't want to crack it because there wasn't like a good reason to do so, but I guess if I don't have a Surveil land, Dothy Voidwalker, sure, I'll crack it now. Why not? Let's just get Island. All right, Dothy Voidwalker. Let's see if you can beat a Crabomination. I need to stop drawing lands, though. I mean, if my Crab hits, the fact that I've drawn all lands, a Dismember in 4 lands or something, might not matter, but if the Crab misses, things could be problematic. Unholy Heat, Snuff Out, Evolved Sleeper. We're just going to Unholy Heat the Voidwalker. I don't want to risk them killing the Crab and getting to do their own. All right, well, they have 2 cards in hand. Looks like a Deluge or a Fire Covenant here to me. Yep, Deluge. They have 1 card. Not lands. All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess my opening hand was Animate Dead 6 Crabomination, so if that's all I've drawn so far. I've drawn a Dismember and some manas. All right, no basics left at least. Good news, there's non-basics. So at least this one has Surveil. Well, yeah, I will put Hogak into my graveyard. That's the best place for it. That was kind of nice, but I still can't cast it. I need to draw a Springheart Nantuko. That would be sick. Okay. Dark Confidant. Yeah, that's going to be good if I don't draw something here. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, Malevolent Rumble. That's a nice one. Let's cast Malevolent Rumble. Let's put Springheart into hand. Milling Detective's Phoenix. Okay. So let's go cast with Bestow. I think that's still just going to be better for me. Play a Forest. Make a 1/1. Oh, no, I guess actually I don't want to do this because I need to be able to cast Hogak with green creatures, but so I just sacked a token for no real reason. Oops, I can't play mana. So let's dredge. Here's Hogak. There's Detective's Phoenix on the Hogak, getting the Generous Ent out of here. I mean, that was from 1 Malevolent Rumble. It flipped over the Phoenix into the graveyard and the Springheart in order to get me to be able to cast Hogak. And then they reveal a Swamp. But if they don't have an answer to a 10/10 Flying Haste, they're dead. And if they do have an answer, I can just cast it again. All right, I got to take a look at this deck because that was fun. So this deck had... Let's go through some of the combos. It had an Atroxa that I could discard to Psychic Frog or mill with like Wayfinder / Malevolent Rumble to reanimate. That was, or 6. That was fine. It had Hogak off of a bunch of creatures and mill stuff. Bloodghast with the White of the Reliquary or Skull Clamp. Grist fuels all this. Malevolent Rumble, Wayfinder fuel all this. 6 is good. Animate Dead works with all of it. Crab and Troll and Ent as good reanimation stuff. And Recurring Nightmare, great with Eternal Witness and all this. This did need a little hand disruption. It was a little slow, but it was pretty good against two decks that were trying to compete on the board. And I guess to be fair, when you play against Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, like those decks, I would just have lost to that with most of the decks I played. Detective's Phoenix was integral. I'm going to have to try this again. This was fun. I'm not saying I'm going to like hard force it again, but like this is a little better than I think most people give it credit for. I don't think it's quite good enough overall, but if you get all the cards for it, it's pretty nice. It's kind of sad to me that I have a DredgeVine, a Life from Loam, a Deathrite, a Depths, and a Stage in my sideboard, but I'm kind of doing the thing hard enough that maybe I didn't need those. I just don't like when cards of this deck end up in the sideboard when you've actually drafted the deck. So definitely something to be aware of, but I like how it turned out, and it was definitely a lot of fun. Well, appreciate you watching as I experimented. I thought it worked out pretty well. We got a 2-1 and we had a blast doing it. So I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel and you won't miss a single draft.